Hello, everyone. I'm just seeing if anybody wants up for a general chat today. I'm still learning how Google Hangouts works at some level. I've played a few games actually through Google Hangouts, but I've reset everything since then. Got my tea. Got myself a cookie. Not much else needed other than someone like you guys out there watching. Got some games here I would like to talk about. Tell you why that's falling over if you guys come online soon. Hope to get a new shelf soon. Get my name backwards. Save chat. Anybody here? No, it's still a little early. Just thought it'd be good to start the chat early in case people are waiting. And don't come on in 5 minutes. I will just start chatting about stuff I want to talk about. Until then, two things about me. Two main hobbies I'm trying to promote here is board games and role-playing games. As you can see, I got a bunch of games on the shelf. I want to get one of those IKEA Cadillac shelves, big boxes, like 5x5, I think. I think it's one 4x4, one 5x5. I think that's how it works out. So I can put all my stuff onto nice sturdy shelves instead of these shelves here. These were only temporary, but I think it's time to get something more permanent. So I'm grabbing games that I have. Actually today's discussion is supposed to be role-playing games, so let's skip the board games for today. Well, I don't know if the discussion is about role-playing games, it's discussion topics that I chose. Role-playing games. I'll show you, I got nearby, I got Castle Crusades. I think the last time I did something like this, I mentioned my favorite edition of D&D was 2nd edition. But here's Castle Crusades. Here's Player's Handbook. Technically, this is all you need to play the game, which is actually quite remarkable. I guess it would be like $25 American. You get into and it's pretty thin, which is not good or bad because you want some depth to the game, right? But I think this has exactly the right depth for its thickness. The only thing is, I feel it because this is technically all you need. Like you don't even need a DM's guide. I think the DM is left to make up rules to a great extent. And I don't mind some level of that. But I guess this is good for people that are have played role-playing games before. So they could have this preset of how they want to judge things. Because I don't like the idea of judging everything by off on the fly. What I'd like to do with this actually is this in combination with the second edition DM's guide, which is pretty awesome. They're both not too thick books, which is actually really cool. I only played this to level 3 or 4 though. I haven't had my group unfortunately disbanded. I was playing for a while just in a coffee shop in Toronto, and it was 4 of us, 3 players and me, and 2 of the players were, well, one's from Canada, one's from Korea. 2's from Canada, one's from Korea, and the Korean person went back to Korea, and one of the 2 actually lived in Korea before, so he went back. So my group disbanded, and if you guys know anything about me, I spent about 11 years in Korea myself, so I guess that's sort of how I met them in some ways, because I met them through the internet, just through, I saw a blog and I just started chatting with them. It's like, hey, you just came back from Korea? I'm like, hey, yeah, me too, like a couple of years ago. So we just had a chat. So anyways, then I thought about what game do I want to play? I thought I want to play something more modern, but with still an old school feel, so that's what I picked this. This is neat. Book of Familiars. I never got to use it, unfortunately. Mechanically, I don't know how I feel yet. I have to read it through properly to say. It might be a little bit too complicated for my likes, or it might just be the fact that what this book is about is giving every class of character a familiar, essentially. So you could be a fighter with the beast at your side. You could be a wizard with your typical wizard familiars. But there's also ones for every class in the game. Barbarian. I wonder what actually not think what there's in this edition in Castle Crusades. They actually have an assassin class. So now I'm wondering, what are the beasts like for assassins? To be honest with you, I like how second edition did assassins. In second edition, they said anyone can be an assassin. Kind of ridiculous idea of a class, since everyone's capable of killing somebody. I know an assassin technically is more proficient in it, but in second edition, they had proficiencies. So I bet I can't even remember. Probably some proficiency like herbalism or something like that, allowed to make poisons, which could make you. I don't know. I like the second edition of the fact that you don't need a specialized assassin. You can just, because I modified second edition quite a bit whenever someone asked. So if they wanted to add something to the game, there's a way to do it. So if there was some argument why they shouldn't an assassin class, we could build it. There's no index. Well, at least there's a good table of contents. So. Huh. I'm so far not seeing it. Oh, there it is right there. Page 43. You know what? And it's only a couple pages. So I think the idea is there's lots of ideas of what you can make with a familiar and such. And each class has their own couple pages. So maybe that's why the book is so big. Yee. Creepy. The Assassin's Familiar. The Reaper Familiar. Thinking you're playing an assassin and you send out your familiar to do your work. It's kind of funny when you start looking at the standard assassins, and apparently there's standard assassins, greater assassins. Sorry, standard familiars, greater familiars, and supreme assassin familiars. I'm assuming it depends on your level. I'm not sure how it works, like I said. But the standard assassin familiar is baboon, cat. Sorry, baboon, bat, cat, chameleon, dog, fox, hawk, hedgehog. Oh god, that one's funny. Hummingbird, lizard, then lizard venomous, mongoose, my deadly mongoose, monkey, octopus, owl, porpoise, raccoon, rat, raven, snake, and then bracket small viper, squid, squirrel, squirrel death, toad, and weasel. That's hilarious. But I guess everyone's got to start somewhere, right? That's actually what I like about old school role-playing games. You start very meager, you know? I kind of also like, though, how 5th edition did it, in the sense that you burned a 3rd level really fast. The only thing I don't like about it is I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I like the fact that you burned the 3rd level fast, because I always house ruled it. And I always house ruled the lower levels. When we finish a small adventure, I would just give them up to 2nd level, because I found them to be too squishy. I bet a lot of people house ruled the first couple levels anyway, when it came to experience. What I was just saying was, I guess I like what 5th edition did. I think the problem with 5th edition is, like I said this many times, I think the heroes are too heroic, a little bit too fast. Though I like getting up to 3rd level quickly so they're less squishy. I should compare the editions someday. What else? Actually, if any of you guys want to play some Castle Crusades online, that'd be kind of cool. If you got a group going online, I already have a group of D&D 5th edition online, but I want to play. I want to play a game. Well, let's take a look at let's look at the fighter. That'll probably make a good Beastmaster. Or would Barbarian be better? Barbarian definitely be better. I wonder what the difference between a fighter and a barbarian would be, though. $48 for barbarian. Let's take a barbarian. Totem summoning ritual. Barbarian, familiars, and special mounts. They have different kinds of barbarians they recommend, like Northsmen, Jungle Savages, Plainsmen. And they give typical Plainsmen accordingly. Then they said generic barbarian, I think. This would be kind of cool. You know, the reason why I bought this book actually is really interesting because I can't seem to get 4 people, like a DM and 4 players to play role-playing games. I always end up with 3. So most modules are like 4 to 6 players. So I just thought having some beasts involved might actually help make the party a little bit more resilient and a little bit more balanced. I know a lot of OSR people probably hate the word balanced, but I guess maybe not trying to say balanced, but I'm just trying to say a little bit more fair. And again, OSR, yes, probably don't like that word fair. But I like to try to keep players within the range of what they can handle. But here's the thing. Players go off the rails, or players are told that there's a dragon way over there, and they're only like level 1 or 2. Well, that's their own stupidity. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have an issue with obvious too high level encounters. Sorry, getting a phone call. It's very distracting. Well, if any of you guys out there see this and want to chat, come and say hello, because this is not going so well for me. Too many distractions, too many problems. Let me do one more quick check. Super distracting. The phone is right now. I'm going to start just talking about the topics that are on my mind. It's very distracting. I can't handle this. I'll be back in 2 seconds. And I'll probably end up editing all this out when I actually talk about the things I want to talk about. Hello? Hi. I'm at home. I'm fine. Well, no. No. Well, I was trying to do a lunchtime broadcast and it was very distracting. Sorry. I was confused what was going on. I couldn't figure it. I couldn't find the damn phone, so I'm just annoyed at that. It was buried underneath a bunch of stuff. I'm doing it right now. That's the problem. But nobody's watching, so it doesn't really matter too much. I'm going to edit it out. I'm going to just download the video after and edit it. Really? You should have. That's interesting. It would be Google. I told you about it yesterday or the day before. But I could understand that being, like, there's no way you would see that. Pardon me? Can I? I thought it did. If I screwed up, I screwed up, and that might explain why I'm not getting as many. Nothing. Can I go back to my thing now? And then if you want to join in, you're welcome to join in. Otherwise, I'll bug you after I'm done. No, I was only sorry. I didn't mean to be grumpy about it. Just I was really frustrated that there's all this buzzing's happening. I couldn't do anything about it, so just couldn't figure out what the hell it's coming from. Well, I knew it was coming from, but I couldn't find the damn phone. No, I sent you a message saying I wasn't. I sent you a message that I wasn't. Okay. No, I was awake at like 10 o'clock today. Yeah, well, this morning I was just thinking about game design and stuff like that. I just. That's my issue. If I'm going to be grumpy, why do you getting it? Why do you want to set yourself up in the middle of fire? So you'd rather take the hit, right, instead of me getting angry at myself. You are. Uh-oh. Anyway, I should let you go. All right. I'll bug you later. All right. Okay. So far, I'm by myself. I'm just talking to myself. Like I said, maybe I didn't send out the invite. I sent it on my account. Maybe I didn't send it on that account. So I'm kind of confused. There are people that said they might show up, but they might be on a different account. I have a different account just for the hangout. Yeah, I don't know. it's not a big deal. Nothing's happening. No one I thought was coming on is coming on. So everyone did. I got 4 people said maybe, and none of them showed up. So whatever. Thank you. It's important, just in case someone might pop up. If someone might pop up in the middle of this conversation. Plus, I want to record something before the chat's ended. So I want to have something recordable. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Okay. Enjoy. I'll be on later. Okay. All right. Later. Bye. Okay. Got that out of my head. And cookie just finished. And just finished my cookie, unfortunately. So. How are we going to do this? Here we go. Okay, 2 topics. Let's start with 2 topics for today. Two topics for today that I want to bring up. One was Jean Elizabeth Martin, and then in brackets JEM. The reason I put it. Let's start this again. Okay, there's 2 topics I want to bring up today. One was, according to someone I saw on Google Hangouts, an artist, Jean Elizabeth Martin, passed away about 11 years ago as of Tuesday, February 16th. Now, I can't confirm. I didn't confirm that at all, but the reason why it piqued my curiosity is I remember that name. I remember JEM as signature on the artwork, and I think she was big in the 2nd edition days, and that's my favorite edition of D&D. So that's really got my interest. Though here's the thing: my favorite rule set was 2nd edition. Most of the modules I ever played are actually weren't even modules. I played stories from Dungeon Magazine and stitched them together into adventure paths. But if I had the opportunity to play many modules, I would probably be playing first edition modules. I just thought they were the most interesting. Anyway, back to about this Jean Elizabeth Martin woman. I want to find what her artwork looks like, because it's driving me nuts what she's done. The name is very familiar. So if any of you guys can see anything, know of anything she's done for AD&D or D&D, please go back to me. Part of this chat idea was to see if other people knew, so I can go look up and take a look and go, oh, yeah, that's it. I remember that. But as of right now, I'm not having any luck. I'll go through my 2nd edition books later and see if I can find any artwork by her. Second thing I wanted to discuss today was, okay, let me just pull it up. This is brought to my attention by a blogger that does tankards.tavern.com. TENKARSTAVERN.com. He's got a really good blog. I see a lot of good role-playing material on here, especially fantasy role-playing material. He brought to my attention that D&D WoTC, Wizards of the Coast, is this is here. I look at it from the website. This says exactly from the WoTC website. This is from dmsguild.com. Help us preserve classic D&D and earn a bounty for it. Our goal is at Drive-Thru RPG has always been to support the RPG hobby. Oh. Well, that must be in conjunction with D&D. I just realized it might be the One Bookshelf community, which is the people that make RPG Now. I think D&D Classics. I think now dmsguild.com. They are I think they host the back end where you can basically they're good websites to buy PDFs of game systems and other things too. I think they also do comic books and such. Anyways, I really like the service, but I don't like what could be the consequence of this. Here's the thing. It says, our goal at Drive-Thru RPG has been to support the RPG hobby by making every RPG title ever published available to the RPG fan at a click. To that end, together with Wizards of the Coast, we have digitally remastered hundreds of classic D&D titles and offered them through Drive-Thru RPG and dmsguild.com. We are still have about 600 more classic D&D titles to go, and we need the help of D&D fans to get them all. It goes on. Basically, you give them a good quality, and in return, they'll give you $50 once they verify the scan has reached their quality specifications. In their specifications, they recommend the person cuts the module up so you can put it through a sheet feeder or on a flatbed and get a nice clean scan, which, you know what, hats off. All this idea of preservation of old school stuff sounds awesome to me. I'm not trying to diss these people at all. They just, the implementation of this is actually a little bit off. The idea of preservation, fantastic. The idea of being able to resell to other people, I would do it. I would, if I had these modules, I might have fallen for this. I would do it for free. I think most people would do this for free. Except here's the thing. They are just putting out the call for $50. First off, a lot of the modules they're asking for people to scan are probably the harder to get ones now. That's why they're asking the community. Say you and me and 10 other people have the last couple issues of a certain module, and we think, hey, we want to preserve this forever, right? Great idea. Give it to, so we do this idea. We all going to cut up our module. We're all going to scan it, and one of us will get $50. Probably one of us. I actually don't know exactly, but the person that probably submits theirs first and meets the specifications gets $50. But you also destroyed all these classic modules along the way. They should have had a way of basically maybe going up to WoTC, One Bookshelf, saying, look, here's the quality of my module. See the pages on the video or something like that. And then One Bookshelf should take that extra step, say, okay, you do it. You, one particular person. It's cool that they put the show word. Like, don't get me wrong, One Bookshelf, I'm not trying to see you guys at all. I think what you're doing is fantastic, but take a little effort and care about these things because these are rare. I unfortunately did not have, I grew up in a town where I wasn't able to get these modules. So for me, whenever I got to see one, it was always like, whoa, this is freaking cool. And like I said, I never got to play them, so I would like to one day eventually be able to play through all these classic modules. And you know what? One bookshelf, you guys are going to be the means to my end. It's because this kind of service happening. I think it's like $5 a module. That you charge usually $5 to $10. Not bad price. For $5, definitely a great price. Get it right, guys. Get it right. I hope we should actually, you know what? We should all get together and send a message to One Bookshelf to stop this madness. And that's basically all I wanted to talk about today, if anyone was around. So if any of you guys see this in the future, don't cut up your modules. Please don't cut up your modules. It's not worth $50. I bet you can, you know, just don't do it. And One Bookshelf. I don't know how the community generally feels about you, but I think you guys provide a great service. I'm very happy with the ability to be able to search around and find some classic modules. I don't agree with all the pricing that's happening there. I think some things are a little overpriced, but in general, I think it's solid. I guess I'll just end up clipping that little rant out, and that's all I'm going to use for today's chat. Let's go back to classic books. I'm wondering how well Castle Crusades will play with the old classic modules. Maybe I should get anyone up for Castle Crusades? Give me a call. I think maybe what I'll do in the future is I'll make this chat later in the evening. Problem is that's a time when I get to play games with my friends, so I have to think of a time period which is best for everyone. Maybe I can. I think what I'll do is I'll continue having this lunchtime thing. Eventually, somebody would be brave enough to say hello, because this is the time I have free, and I think a lot of people do. But just getting those people on board is hard, and then having one time at night because a lot of people are busy. See if any of our friends are online. Yeah, a few friends are online. Actually, I'll keep rambling until 1 o'clock. I've been on DM's Guild website, and I bought the what's it called? Dragon Horde. What's it called? It's a 5th edition module set. Horde of the Dragon Queen. I bought the Horde of the Dragon Queen, some kind of supplement, the DM supplement, and I'm wondering, does that actually, like, everyone, I haven't read the module yet, but everyone says that module is broken in many ways, and I'm wondering if that helps fix it. Definitely has some good, definitely a quick look has some good ideas, but I don't know what's broken about the module to see if it's fixable. You know what? I'm going to send a message to DM's Guild right now. Dang. Stop madness. Getting off on the off chance you guys see this and you get this far in the video, which I don't think you will. Go to support.dms. Just go to DM's Guild and try to contact them. Actually, this is the way I got to their page. This is where I'm going to send them a quick message saying, don't do what you're doing. support.dmsguild.com/HC/EN-US/requests/new. And then there's a subject. I'm saying, hey gang, stop the madness. No, that's not good. Please change the way you're requesting old D&D module. I think that would be more listened to than stop the madness. It's madness. So. I'm not sure if this is making any sense. I make sure it's clear so that they understand what I'm trying to get across. Actually, if anybody knows how to make who knows how to make a kind of protest? There's probably a service online. Make a petition. Online petition, maybe. Thing is, I actually like what, again, unless someone tells me otherwise, I like the service that One Bookshelf is providing. I just don't agree with this one particular thing. You know what? I'm going to pull that to this page. Into my blog that I'm just starting. Oh, actually, I have a board game group in my town, and I know they play D&D, so maybe I can get some of them to fill out this, love form saying, please don't do this. No. I'm gonna make myself some to eat. I'll keep this broadcasting a little bit longer. Where's my sticky notes anyway? Oh, here's something. I'm back. Okay. The Familiar's Companion. Familiar's Companions and the OTL. One of my friends that was supposed to be. My friend just woke up. He's gonna watch the chat. Oh, I didn't even notice there's magic items. Pretty familiar book. I'm so itching to play C&C now. Welcome to Book of Familiars, a source book meant to expand upon two of the most intriguing mystical elements of fantasy games. Familiars and Animal Companions. The Book of Familiars is a resource for expanding the role of familiars and animal companions in your campaign by providing an assortment of new rules and options. Using the new rules found herein, not only can a character of any class now summon familiars and animal companions, but the familiars and animal companions that are summoned possess a much greater potential for versatility and power. This book requires that you have access to the Player's Handbook, the Castle Keeper Guide, and Monsters and Treasure. That's interesting because Castle Crusades, they always say, all you need is one book, all you need is one book. You know, to be fair, this is all fluff. Like, not fluff. This is all things that it's true. You know, the Player's Handbook, the base rules are so simple. You don't really need this. It's just people like that's the funny thing. A lot of people that played older any edition of D&D, they could always house ruled all these add-on books and stuff like that. The only difference between people that play D&D and people that play other game systems is, I think people who play D&D nowadays, especially with like 3.5 or whatever, they expect actual rules for everything. While people who play other editions like other additional rules, but if they don't got them, they just make it up. I remember second edition, there was familiars, there's companions all the time. Not all the time, but there was. I remember when we had dwarf that had the Triceratops. We just made it up. Overview of the new options. The following is a short synopsis of the new options available in this book concerning familiars and animal companions. As this book of player options. This is a book of player options. The Castle Keeper should be the final arbiter of what means and methods are used in their specific campaign to acquire familiars and other abilities detailed here. Advantages or experience point expenditure. Oh, I don't know what advantages. I think advantages were like character add-ons to make your class look different than the standard kit. Characters other than those specifically able to acquire familiars, such as wizards, need to take the summon familiar advantage or expend a certain amount of their earned experience points in order to gain familiar. Additional advantages such as Adept Summoner from the CKG allow characters to gain more powerful familiars. So I have to learn what advantages are all about. In addition to assortment of other advantages, or experience expenditures allow players to increase the power of their characters' existing familiars. Similarly, characters without the class ability or spell to summon an animal companion can now do so with player advantage or experience expenditures to duplicate its effect, allowing characters of any class to gain an animal companion. So I guess maybe it's based on what kind of play you want. If you want more complicated play, you add the advantages to your character as ways to modify your character. But I think some people don't like to make characters more complicated, so you just say you lose so much experience points, and you can do it. More than 100 new powers are described herein, and each class has their own type of familiar described by unique power progression. These include improved and supreme powers. Tricks. A variety of new tricks have been provided for animal companions. Each class has its own summoning ritual for acquiring familiars or companions, and several generic rituals are provided you for a wide variety of options. Rules are included for more than 200 possible familiars, including complete stats for more than 70 new animals and monsters. New material for CNC classes. As it is its own D20 game, CNC offers differing character classes from traditional fantasy RPGs. The exact nature and power of a particular familiar depends upon the character class of the master and the decisions you make as the PC in summoning and empowering the familiar. Some of these details are found in this chapter, such as new adjuncts and new special abilities, but additional information can be found in the class dedicated chapters later in the book. Who is the writer of this thing? Just curious. Hey, Tim Burns is one of the editors. I talked to him. Before. That's one thing that's really cool about the OSR community is you can usually get a hold of them online. That's really freaking cool. So, what's the difference between a familiar and an animal companion? On the surface, after all, both of them look pretty similar. The essential distinction, while both familiar and animal companion are magical creatures loyal to their masters, only animal companions are actually free-willed companions who serve on their own accord. Like NPCs, they do not always do their PC's masters and PC master wishes, and they are subject to the whims of their own. The binding that links master to familiar is much more powerful, in many ways making the two beings almost one. As a consequence, most familiars are always obedient, obeying their master's commands above all else. The distinction also leads to other differences. Familiars are sentient, while animal companions are not. So while animal companions can be trained to perform assortment of tricks, as described under the animal companion tricks section later in this chapter, they are simply not intelligent enough to perform certain tasks or communicate complex information to the master in the same way familiars can. In addition, familiars often possess a wide assortment of magical powers, while animal companions rarely have more than a few powers related to their master. On the other hand, animal companions are generally far more physically imposing and powerful than familiars, and they are far more suited to the role of guardian or battle companion. Interesting. Use the basic stats for a character of the familiar's kind has given the monster treasures of Arhide or Appendix A and B, but make the following changes. Hit dice. For the purpose of effect related to the number of hit dice, use the master's character level or the familiar's HD total. Whichever is higher. Are we saying there could be a rat that's like as many hit dice as like a PC? Familiar is 1/2 the master's total hit points, not including temporary hit points. And down regardless number of hit dice it actually has. Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I do. Did it beep yet? Yeah, I just have the trays in the oven right now. I'm going to be making chicken. Okay. Okay. I'll come and get it now. I suspected it would be ready any minute. What? Huh? You know what? I'm going to leave. I'm just going to... So anyone that got to this point, I'm shocked. I'm just going to keep this online for a little... Like, I'm going to go off. I'm going to disconnect. This is probably in code. Probably go to Google, YouTube, whatever. I'll leave it up there for a little while, even though I don't think anyone's going to watch it. Why would they? It's quite boring. But I will record... Oh, someone's watching. I got a viewer. Oh my goodness. Hi, Chris. I'm not keeping this online if you hear me, Chris. It's been quite boring. I think I'll continue doing recordings, so I'll make a quick record synopsis of the things that I want to talk about, put it on YouTube, and try again soon.